What's going on, everybody? Sammy here with another How to eBird series. It's been a minute since I've done one of these. Been a lot going on, but I wanted to bring you guys this one because I think a lot of people are getting into birding, and I want to show people how to use all the helpful tools that are out there. So today we're going to be looking at how to use the eBird media feature, upload photos, explore photos, all those kind of things. All right, so this is going to be a mostly inside one. I'm just going to share my screen basically, and we're going to go through how you upload photos you have to eBird, how to explore other photos, all those things. Okay, so we're here at the eBird homepage, and if you want to upload photos to a checklist you just submitted, it's pretty straightforward. You do have to do it online through like the actual website, not the app. So just keep that in mind, but you can do it on your phone or your computer as long as you go like on Safari or Chrome or Firefox, whatever, and actually go to ebird.org. So do that, we'll go to My eBird, and we can see we have all our checklists and everything. And you can click, if you have a checklist, whatever is the most recent one, you'll click right here, and then you can upload your photos. But I actually want to upload some photos from checklists I did in my recent trip to Belize. So I'm going to do that. Again, if you ever want to see all your checklists, you can just click View All. So this is a checklist from when I was in Belize in April. I've already uploaded some photos you can see. So we have a jabiru right here, and then the other photo I uploaded was this bare-throated tiger heron. But if you want to upload some more, all you do is click Manage Media. That is, and if you don't have any photos there, it'll just say Add Media. And so you can go and look, whatever species you have a photo of, you can then add. All right, so I have some photos of a snail kite, for example, that I want to add. So go over here, and I'll just click Add. Again, it just gives me to the file I was using previously. I'll click Add the snail kite. It'll upload that, and there you go. So a couple things you can do. You can add any notes, or if there's additional species, you can type in, if there's multiple species in one photo, for example, you can add that. You can also add age and sex. So this is actually an adult snail kite, adult male. And I know you can't see the photo right now. And then you can rate it. This is going to be based on certain criteria. So to find those out, you can click here, learn more. And essentially, this is looking at photos, video, audio, what the criteria they are for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1 stars. So you can see, for example, for photos, excellent quality, high resolution, sharp focus, lighting is good, and bird is fairly large in frame, not obscured. So again, this is used by the database to kind of categorize the photos and also help to train their models on bird ID and recognition from the photos. So you want to make sure these are accurate as possible. This isn't an ego thing. This is really a data quality thing. So in this case, going back to my snail kite photo, again, this bird is large and in focus, not obscured, 5 stars, no problem. And if it had any behaviors, like if it was foraging or eating or had some food, you can add those and any tags as well. If you have multiple photos of one species, you can then choose the order here. So once you do that, you click done. And then again, done. And there you go. You've uploaded your photo. You can do this for videos. You can do this for audio. It's pretty straightforward. Now, if you want to explore other photos, you can do that in a couple ways. One easy way would be explore, and you can type in explore species. So I'm just going to choose an American goldfinch because I think this is a good species to show some differences. So you can go here to its page. You can scroll down here to photos, view all. You can also just get to this page by typing eBird Media Library online. This is called the Macaulay Library. This is just their database, and that has all sorts of birds. So again, in this case, I've put American goldfinch. And it's organized this by best quality. You can sort this by most recently uploaded. So again, you're going to see some photos that aren't best quality, right? There's just this one little bird. In this case, you can also actually rate other people's photos. So here you can see the bird was very tiny. It's kind of in focus. I mean, it's just so small. It's hard to say like how good of a photo is. It's either gonna be a 2 or 3. I'd probably put it a 2 just because it is so small and it's not the main focus of the photo. So again, that's just to help out the database. In this case, this photo is pretty good. It's not quite sharp enough. You can see it's a little blurry, not totally in focus. So a 3 or a 4 star might be fine. I might put this as a 4. But again, you know, it's going to kind of average those out. So you don't have to spend time rating people's photos. I'm just showing you how that happens. But again, if you want to sort this by best quality, you can. And then there's all sorts of other filters. So for example, if you want to look at just male goldfinches, you can go here to filters and you can type in male. And this is only going to show you pictures of male American goldfinches. This is kind of dependent on whether the people tag them in their photos or not. So you have to keep that in mind. So you can see we got some nice photos, but you can see there's also some difference here. So this bird, right, it's a male. This bird is also tagged as a male and they look very different. So part of this is, well, the reason for this is because they are at different times of year. The goldfinches employ a strategy where they molt into a breeding or alternate plumage during the breeding season, and then in the non-breeding season they molt into a more basic or not as colorful plumage. So what you can do if you want to see the differences, you can look at, let's say, what does it look like in June and July, and all these birds are going to be these bright, nice canary yellow, right? So classic American goldfinch, bright yellow, bold black wings, black little cap. So that's what they're all going to look like. But then if you switch this date into, let's say, December through February, so middle of winter, you're going to see most of these birds are going to have a more drab. Again, this is their basic plumage. So you can see how different birds change throughout the year. And again, I think it's really helpful to explore the media library of this to see how that happens. Another way I do this is for birds that go through multiple ages and look different at different times of year. So gulls, for an example, sometimes take 4 years to fully mature. And so you're going to have many years where the gulls look different than when they do when they're adults. So, in this case, so these are just adult gulls. You can see in the month of December and February, these are what our adult Western gulls look like. But if you want to change this into maybe what do young gulls look like, you'll see they look a lot different. And again, this is just kind of a brief overview. A really good resource for gulls in particular is called the Gull Guide. So these are young Western gulls. So some of these are in their first year, their first winter. Some of them are in their second winter. Again, the eBird doesn't really differentiate the age in that sense. It just is adult or immature. Juvenile is typically for a bird that's just left the nest recently. So immature is a bird that's left the nest a while ago but is not quite fully an adult yet. So again, you can scroll through and see how birds look different at different times of year and different times of their life cycle. You can also even filter this further by location. So let's just say, I'm going to say California. Just show me pictures from California. Again, all these filters are right here. So December, February, California. You can even go more specific if you want. So my particular area is Ventura County. So these are all pictures of gulls from Ventura County. So if you want to see what the birds look like in your particular area in a particular time of year, you can get as specific as you want to. Again, the more specific you get, the less photos you may have available and the less, though the quality may be less. So it kind of depends there. But yeah, it's a really helpful tool to kind of explore. You can also do filters of their behavior, whether they're flying. So again, even fewer photos here since I have so many tags, but I'll take off the Ventura tag and maybe take off the immature tag. So you can see what they look like when they're flying, or even just take off, I'll just take off all the tags, just have the flying tag. So you can see what do these birds look like in flight, and sometimes for some birds, having flight shots can be important for clinching an ID of what species it is. Again, all this kind of depends on whether the person or not uploaded the photos with those tags on them. So sometimes they're not always accurate, and that's up to the eBird reviewers to catch them if they aren't. They don't always do that because they're just volunteers and there's a lot of people uploading photos. So just keep that in mind. But generally, I find that these are pretty accurate. If you want to find out more information about the particular photo, you can click on that link down here, and then it'll give you, so if you're really into the photography aspect, it'll give you all of the technical information. So what camera model it was shot with, the lens, the ISO, the focal length, the shutter speed, f-stop, all stuff like that. So again, really cool. If you're into the photography side of things, you can see how other people are getting their shots. All right, so that's just kind of a brief overview of how to upload media to eBird and also how to explore media. Again, I mostly focus on photos, but you can do this with audio and video as well. It's all the same database. So hope you guys enjoyed this one. If you want me to keep making more stuff like this, let me know. And otherwise, I'll see you guys in the next video.